Eric, what are you doing?
I'm getting ready.
Getting ready for what?
Have you not seen Throttle House's Cybertruck carrot cut test?
Yeah, but do you have a carrot?
No, I don't have a carrot. Why would I have a carrot?
What are you doing? What are you using?
I got
what's going on?
something better than a carrot.
Yeah, what do you...
Are you ready?
I don't know.
Are you ready? You better be ready.
Oh my gosh, what are you doing?
Now that we've had our fun, all jokes aside, the F-150 Lightning is a real truck with a real half-ton truck bed with real hauling ratings, a real F-150 interior, no weird EV crap to be found in here, and real power numbers with a significantly more sporty driving feel than a gas-powered half-ton. But as a self-proclaimed EV skeptic, we have to actually do some math.
Man,
Oh, Corey.
can't do that in a normal truck.
We better get a like for that because that is claustrophobic. Close,
You were
please.
claustrophobic. You had a 5.5 foot bed.
Oh, it's not
All right.
enough.
I've run some napkin math here,
Okay.
Eric, on what it would be like to live with this truck
Okay.
versus its gas-powered
Yeah,
equivalent.
let's talk real
Yeah.
numbers, especially as a business expense, because I'm not Mr. Confirmation
Yeah.
bias. It either works
Or it doesn't.
or it doesn't. And most EVs, I dislike the value proposition very much.
I think you're going to like some of my calculations
All
here.
right, let's talk mathematicals.
All right, EcoBoost twin turbo V6, popular engine choice. They've got the power boost and all that fun stuff. It is their #1 selling
Okay,
powertrain in this.
gas-powered pickup.
Fueleconomy.gov rates this real world from its users
Okay,
19.7 mpg.
that's really not bad for pickup.
Pretty solid for a modern pickup truck. Fuel prices here in East Texas range from $2.80 a gallon to $3.55. So kind of in that ballpark, which makes this, well, which makes the gas version of this with that
Yeah.
twin turbo V6 range anywhere from 14 to 18 cents a mile to drive.
Okay, and that version, that twin turbo V6, not spec for spec, but trim for trim is going to be pretty similarly
Yeah.
within a few $1,000s comparable price-wise, purchase price of this. You
you
get
don't get
tax
the
credits
tax
and all that
credit,
stuff.
yeah.
We'll get into that in a minute.
Now, this truck,
And that was
18.02 cents a mile.
about 18
Yeah.
cents a mile to operate
at
that
the
one.
high end.
That gas, fuel only.
Yeah.
Fuel only.
Yeah. So, moving to our electric,
All electric Lightning.
using my electric bill from the last month
Okay.
and my driving metrics from the truck itself, I'm getting about 1.8 miles per kilowatt hour,
Okay.
which
I have no frame of reference
not
to that.
great in
I'll trust you.
EV world, but
I'll trust you.
And then using my electrical bill, I'm seeing somewhere around 7 cents per kilowatt hour.
That's about what we pay too.
So
it's probably on
doing
par.
the math there makes this, as near as makes no difference, 4 cents a mile to drive.
From
4.
18 to 4 cents a mile.
4 cents a mile.
And that's just refueling it,
Right.
recharging it.
Right. That doesn't
and
take
going.
into account that you aren't going to have to do oil changes on this. You don't have to worry about spark plugs. You don't have to worry about belts. You don't have to worry about brake pads even because of
Yeah.
the regenerative braking kind of taking away some of the wear and tear on the brakes.
So as long as the battery pack doesn't give out,
Yeah.
then you're
good.
looking at significantly less maintenance cost.
Yeah.
And usually I would say the gas motors are going to far outlast the battery pack, but that Ford's turbo motors are not holding up quite as well as we'd hope.
Now, going a little bit further down the rabbit hole.
Okay, let's talk real cost
if,
here.
If you went just right into your local Ford dealership,
Okay.
said you wanted to buy one of these, which you could, unlike Chevy or
Yeah.
Tesla.
Chevy's EV Silverado is what we
Yeah.
computer nerds call a paper launch.
Yeah. So
Launched, you're not going to really
Yeah.
see it.
they're on the road, but
Sure. Yeah.
All right. This truck is just over 88,000 as this one is equipped.
But it's a well-equipped Lariat, which
Extended range battery, leather, heated, ventilated seats, very comfortable on the inside. This is
Yeah.
how I would spec it if I had to live with it.
and this is
day in
all-wheel
and day
drive. So if you're going to compare it to a gas engine, you got to go
Yeah.
4x4.
Cost per month, 72 months, 10% interest, which it's absurd to think that that's reality. $1,750 per month, which just absolutely hurts.
And people are walking around with those kind of payments, and
Yeah.
it hurts my heart way deep down inside, because most of y'all, no offense, y'all need a Maverick.
Yeah.
Y'all do not need a
No.
half ton.
No.
Most people don't. They just buy them.
More along the interest rates that I've been shopping around here, 6.25%, 6.5%, something like that, 72 months, brings it down to a more respectable, but it's still painful $1,500.
That's for this truck, as this is equipped right
truck.
here
Yeah.
in this slave labor blue, the
Yeah.
the rare earth mineral blue. What is this?
Yeah, it's anti-matter blue.
I do like the paint color.
Yeah.
Politics aside, love the paint color.
Oh, funny you bring politics into it, because the government will pay you back if you use this as a business vehicle as a tax credit, 65.5 cents
Per mile.
Per mile.
That works gas or electric.
Yes.
And we get a $7,500 tax credit, business expense or not.
Yeah.
So that really makes it, purchase price competitive with the gas engine.
Yeah. So assuming you're driving 15,000 miles a year,
Pretty normal for a business vehicle.
you will be able to claim $9,233
Back.
in mileage
And that's
expense.
after the 4 cents per mile operating
Yes.
cost.
Yes.
So even though you can make the same claim with the gas engine, you're getting several times more that's actually being kept because you're spending less to run it in the first place, but you can still claim your 65.5 cents a mile deduction into your taxes. And
Which
the reason
comes
we're
out to
doing this
just
business
over-
math
Yeah, it comes out to just over $700 a month, which is
kind of cuts your payment in half. And if you don't need the 320 mile range, and this is only a work truck, you can go with the Pro, which is the opposite of what Apple does.
Yeah, the Pro is the cheapest.
Pro's way down here, but that's all-wheel drive, same power,
Smaller battery,
240 mile range, and that one's
50.
about 51.99 delivered, I think is their cost on the website. So if you can take a hit on the range and it's a true work-only vehicle, get that. And the rebate, the tax credit that you get for mileage is almost the whole payment.
Yeah.
Because of how cheap it is to run mileage-wise. Now, where it falls apart, if you're towing, if you're hauling, you can kiss that range goodbye. If you want to do long hauls, loaded or not, you got to deal with the charging infrastructure. So if you're local, you're like a subcontractor, plumber, that kind of stuff, you can probably get away just fine with one of these if you just got to have it. Most of those guys are going to be gas buyers till they die.
Yeah. I'd say the real worst case scenario for this is putting a rack on the back, loading it up, not fighting aerodynamics, not fighting all the extra drag of a trailer. It's going to be the contractor who doesn't need to tow, but wants to fill that bed up.
You get the plugs in the front, ice box in the front, tons of storage in the front, plugs in the back, bed liner.
The frunk, bigger than the trunk on a Toyota Camry.
The frunk, again, I'm not an F-150 guy, really. Like, I don't dislike them, but I'll probably never buy one. Definitely not an EV guy. This one kind of makes sense. Under certain situations, this makes sense. This is probably the most feasible, real-world application of an EV for a working adult that I think I've seen. You didn't think we were doing that, did you, Corey?
Nope.
Let's go. I like this one. Full-time all-wheel drive. Fun button.
Yeah.
There is a fun button.
And moving back to the door, look at this. Because of the rounded aluminum, it doesn't actually peel the carrot like the Cybertruck. Isn't that cool? Like, look.
Is this really what we do now, Corey? We're trying to peel carrots?
I mean,
let's put something in the bed. We are finally back here at the business end, the working part, the most important part of a pickup truck. Let's get this thing open and do some truck.
No, look, it's got a power lowering and power lifting tailgate. Watch,
him with the carrot again.
Look, it didn't cut it. It didn't cut it.
Here at the back of the Lightning, just like a regular F-150, because this is built like a regular F-150.
Yeah.
We got all the trailer hookups that you need, all the standard stuff. We have a full-size, full-weight trailer hitch That being said, these are not known to have the best range. It's got the power to pull.
Yeah.
It kills the range. And then we have all this assortment of stuff here at the back.
Built-in step with your old man handle.
Old man handle. We have 2 different clamping points if you need to clamp some stuff.
You could have used that for woodworking earlier.
Could have.
Speaking of woodworking, they put measurements back here that they're too big for woodworking, but you know what they are really good for?
Oh, whoa.
And then we've got all the Pro Power on board back here. 2 banks of power with more power output back here than in the front, and 240.
You get a 240 and 4 120s with 2 different sets of breakers back here. I mean, what more could you ask for?
Spray and bed liner, built-in LED lighting that uses the cab lighting. We've got the tonneau cover back here that when it's down, you can actually see out the back window. When it's up, well, that's another story.
And it's a regular truck bed.
Yeah.
This is not anything funky. Use it like a normal truck bed. Every car we're in, I don't care what's under the hood or under the belly or attached to the wheels or whatever, we're doing a pull. Oh, it lets you load it up. It's an EV. It's an EV that lets you put power to the wheel and load it before you look behind us. Look at all that we just stirred up.
Oh my gosh.
Okay.
Yeah.
Not
580 horsepower, 775 pound-feet of torque, 0 to 60 in 4 seconds flat.
My favorite part about all that is that it's not like 12 bajillion pound-feet. Like, it's the real output number, not multiplied by a ratio. That's stupid. Not that that's technically wrong, but it takes it so far out of the scope of what we're used to seeing, it makes it hard to judge what's really putting down power to the ground.
Now, our friends of the channel, Texas Truck Channel, actually dyno tested a platinum edition of the Lightning and got the real world numbers. We'll go check that video out when you're done here. But yeah, this thing is legit.
This should be lower center. Yo, for a truck, she turns.
She'll scoot that tail end too.
Corey, this is the second EV I've gotten in that I've actually enjoyed driving. And the other one was the preposterous Hummer EV. Never in my life would I ever buy one. I would have this over the Hummer.
Yeah.
You
can actually afford it.
I can feel. Thank you. It's still high. It's still high priced. Which, by the way, if you're gonna come in here and drop a comment talking about, oh, they're so expensive. Everybody doesn't need a fully loaded half-ton pickup truck, and yet you still do it.
You buy the most expensive vehicle you think you can afford.
Yes.
We ran the numbers like $1,700 a month for a vehicle payment.
That's like this.
Ludicrous.
And this is like 88, which is expensive. But for a vehicle, a half-ton pickup truck, equipped like this, is fully within the realm of possibility for a gas-powered rig, let alone an EV. So I'm not saying the price is good. I'm just saying that everybody's paying those numbers anyway. So don't say that this is overpriced because it's an EV. It's overpriced because it's a half-ton pickup truck, and you keep buying them. So let's get past that. Price is what it is. It's within the scope of a gas-powered, regularly equipped F-150. It's fine. Don't like it, but it is what it is. It's not outlandish. Move on.
You're paying for a panoramic roof, heated ventilated seats.
Real leather.
Yeah, like luxuries. You're paying for luxuries.
That's what it is. You're getting a luxury car with a bed and a preposterous capability that you're probably not going to use.
Right. But this is the only...
Oh my God, I love this thing.
This is the only F-150 with an independent rear.
Oh my God.
You touched on it earlier.
It's letting me do whatever I want. I haven't turned off anything. It's just in sport mode and it's letting me do whatever.
Have fun. You touched on it earlier. Low center of gravity with that large battery underneath us. But
it's
oh my gosh,
so good.
I think he's falling for it.
It's so good. We've already done the math. If we're talking spending dumb money on a half-ton that you don't really need, this one lines up with a gas rig. Cost to operate is much lower. You get a $7,500 federal tax credit. The only thing, realistically, geopolitical issues aside, from a consumer, a blinders on, just talking about money for what you're getting,
money on the table,
a consumer decision, this is a pretty good buy.
Yeah, surprisingly so.
The only two things that are holding you back because it's an EV is charging infrastructure and range.